So, thank you so much for meeting with us today. My name is Justine, and I am a restorative justice conference facilitator. And I know that we had a brief conversation on the phone, and Mariana's here to help guide this conversation and really just let you know a little bit more about the restorative conference process and see if you would be interested in participating. So I can just start off by explaining a little bit about the process. When we say a restorative conference, what we mean is that would be an opportunity for you to come together with David, the other student that you fought with, to talk about the incident that happened and take responsibility for the pieces that you can. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. And share the impact of the incident on all of you, your whole family, and on you, and also figure out a way to move forward.
Part of that process also includes having mom and dad present and other members of that might be a support to you and to David, to the other student, so that it becomes a community process and a way that everyone that was involved and also impacted by the incident could support each other in moving forward.
So I want you all to know that everything that we say here is confidential. It won't be used in the expulsion process or in any other process. This is really our opportunity to just speak freely about what your experience was and what you've been going through. And the only caveat to that is mandatory reporting. So if if anyone was going to hurt someone else or yourself, then we would have to follow up with that to make sure that you're safe.
So Derek, would you like to share with us what happened maybe prior to the incident and then during the incident?
Okay. I have class with David. We were all in class, and I heard him talking about sports. So I made a joke, and everybody started laughing. I didn't really think it was a big deal, nothing like that, And I guess a couple weeks later, we saw each other in the hallway. We bumped each other. Maybe I said something. I don't really know. Maybe I said something to him, but it wasn't really a big deal. We just kept going our own ways. And then in the locker room, we were all in the locker room, and of course we were talking about sports. And I made a joke. Everybody laughed again, but I guess he wasn't really happy with that I told a joke or whatever. Maybe he thought it pertained to him. I don't really know, but I mean. So he got mad and said some things about me being black and stuff and, some really racist things. So I did what I had to do. I got angry and, we ended up fighting.
I want to go back a little bit. Earlier you said that when you walked into class, you heard him talk about sports and that you made a joke toward him.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it was towards him, but just, I don't know, maybe if he felt like it was towards him.
Why do you think that he would have had that feeling that it was towards him?
Maybe because a lot of people say that he might be gay or something.
Okay. And your joke was about that?
Yeah.
Can you share more details about that? What exactly did you say?
I just said, he was talking about playing football or talking about an upcoming game. And then I said, gay people don't play football. And, everybody started laughing. And he wasn't really laughing about that.
Okay. Derek, I'm asking these questions because these are the types of questions that are going to come up in the conference and that others that are there, they're going to want answers to these types of questions. So I want to make sure that you feel really prepared for that experience. And we want to help you think through what happened so that you feel really clear too, and so that you can share as directly as possible about the things that happened. And the more that you can share the exact words and the exact jokes that you use, the more helpful it'll be for people that are there. And we're having the same conversation with David and asking him to really be clear on what he can take responsibility for too, because it does seem like there was an interaction between both of you, and it wasn't just one person's fault, right? Yeah. So, in the spirit of that, if we can kind of talk a little bit more about what exactly was said, because that'll be really helpful to share with everyone too, even though it's hard, I know.
Okay.
When you saw his reaction, did you know then that maybe it wasn't a joke, or?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I guess in the moment people were laughing, so I really didn't care.
And thinking back to that moment, if you were on his end of it and someone called you something that maybe hurt you and everyone was laughing, what do you think that experience may have felt like for him?
It probably felt pretty bad. Maybe a couple weeks later, we bumped into each other in the hallway. Yeah. And I don't know, some words were said a little bit, and we kept going.
Did you see him coming and you kind of went towards him, or how did that look?
Yeah, I thought he would move out my way, though. But he didn't. And we bumped.
Okay. And then what happened from there?
I kind of got a little frustrated with him, and I called him a name.
What was that?
I called him a faggot.
And it seems like right now, saying that word is kind of challenging for you.
Yeah.
Because the first time you talked about it, it was more like, I said a joke again and people were laughing. But the way you're sharing it now, it's like there's some other feelings behind that besides it was fine and it was a joke. How are you feeling about that?
I know that's probably it's not a word I should be using to describe David.
Okay. And again, I'm asking you these things because I know it's really hard to talk about, but these are the types of things that would be helpful to share with everyone when we come together. And we'll be there to support you. We'll all be there. But this is really the first step to fully acknowledge what happened so then we can move forward in a positive way. And then moving towards the actual fight, who do you think, who started that?
I probably started it because I said another joke in the locker room. Probably. I did say another joke.
Okay.
I said David probably would love playing football because he gets to touch other boys.
Is that what being a man is to you?
I don't know.
When you guys hear that this is what happened, you're going to be there in the conference as well and have an opportunity to share who Derek is and what the impact was on you that day that all of this happened. So Derek, now that we've kind of talked about the process and, really gone in depth about your experiences, are you feeling like you would like to move forward with this process and meet with all the other people involved?
Yes. I realize I gotta take responsibility for the part I played in this.
Okay.
Perhaps you could start thinking about what you could do to make things better with David and repair any harm that was done or the harm that was done. And then also think about what you would say to him on that day. Maybe say to his family.
And then our next step will be to reach out to David and his family, and then maybe some other impacted parties from the school community that witnessed the fight. And then we can schedule right now our next time to meet. And at that point, we'll have some updates for you after we talk with others. And then we can continue processing this together. Okay.
Thank you.
Great.